Namaste. I would like to welcome you to another talk by Jagad Guru Siddhaswarupananda as he examines some of the challenges we all face in our search for happiness.
Everybody's identifying, I am the body, get more sense flashes, I'll be happy. Therefore I gotta go to those places where I'm gonna get more sense gratification, where I'm gonna get more sense enjoyment. Right? I mean, obviously I can't stay here, there's nothing here. Just, it's just nothing's happening here. What do you think, Zhang Weilan? In Hong Kong, what is the situation? You're from Hong Kong. Huh?
Yes.
No, what is it?
Yeah.
Hong Kong's a nuts place. It's insane. 6 million people, right? And how big is the area in Hong Kong? How big is that? Do you know? 2 square miles. How many people are there?
Over 5 million.
Over 5 million people in an area about the size of Honolulu, not counting the south shore, the north shore and the east shore. Actually it's smaller than that. It's probably about the size of just Pearl City and Honolulu combined. It's unbelievably hellish place, and yet what's happening? Huh? Where they have to put borders up to keep people out. Huh?
Many people from China, they wanted to go to Hong Kong.
Why?
Because they heard there are so many material enjoyments, lots of things they can get there in Hong Kong that they can't get in China. And then when they have relatives in Hong Kong going to China, they heard all the things they can get in Hong Kong.
Yes.
They always try to get their relatives to bring them things.
And when the relatives go there, they always make sure they wear the fanciest clothes, right?
Yes.
And bring the shiniest watches to impress their rural brothers, right?
Yes.
Yes. How many people go from Hong Kong into China on the Lunar New Year's vacation? Visiting?
I don't know the exact number, but many.
600,000, I think.
Yeah.
They all go into China with their flashy watches and their stereos and presence of TVs and stuff, right? And then they probably spend the whole time talking to their rural brothers about, boy, you're really missing out. You're really missing out in the real life. Real life is in Hong Kong, And here's this guy, he's working on the farm, right? He's hearing about all these things. Wow, that many movie theaters? Wow, Really like your clothes. It's on. The only problem is we chase and chase after more and more sense gratification. Yet are we really happy? For example, the goal in life, practically speaking, for the people in rural areas of the Philippines, for example, is to go into Manila. And what's the goal of life of the people in Manila?
They want to go to the United States.
Huh? What's that?
They want to go to the United States because they think there's more material enjoyment
Yes.
in America.
So it's sort of a thing, you see. It's like if you're in the rural area of a third world country, then to go to the next nearby city, that's the goal, because you think that's where it's at. But then when you're there, like in the provincial city, then you want to go to Manila. You see, because that becomes heaven. That becomes, that's where it is. That's where it's all happening. That's where I'll get even more enjoyment. Right? Then when you're in Manila, all the guys that live in Manila all their life, they all want to go to the States. Stateside. Right? Stateside.
That's how they call it.
Got to go stateside. Or, I got this from stateside. Got this Betamax from stateside. Yeah. Vacation stateside. Came back, brought all this stuff. Good fun over there. Wow. You should have been there. Wow. Wish I was there, And if you come to the States, then what? Then you got to move to Beverly Hills. So you go to ultimately then it's Georgetown, Washington, D.C. That's where all the enjoyment is, the parties, the diplomats. That's where all the big senators and everybody live, you see. That's the ultimate, or Beverly Hills. So if you go and you analyze the situation where all these people are, where these people are they happy? No. Why, in Georgetown, Washington, D.C., for example, has the highest rate of alcoholism in the United States. They're all alcoholics. They're so happy, they have to try to forget their misery. There's a saying, bhukti mukti. Bhukti means desire for sense enjoyment. Mukti means a desire for liberation from all the pain and hassles and frustrations that your hedonistic life got you into or brought upon you. So then you try to escape from it, get away from it, forget it, to go into forgetfulness. So people identify themselves as their body, so they think, I'm going to be happy if I make my body happy. So they struggle to make their bodies happy. They struggle to the fullest. We struggle to make our bodies satisfied, thinking, I will be satisfied. We try to collect more and more and more things, trying to be happy. More and more things we try to collect. And more things we try to shove into our faces, or one of our senses. More. We're never satisfied. We never have enough. We never have enough. We always want more. We're trying to satisfy an inner empty craving there, an emptiness. We're trying to satisfy it with endless material consumption. We give the example sometime of a person sitting there, sitting in front of the TV. Okay? He's sitting there in front of the TV, doesn't really know what's on, just sitting there. Okay? He's got a bowl of food here, bowl of ice cream or something there, right? Sitting there eating like this, just, right? That's not enough. He's got a radio going on, you know? He's got a cigarette smoldering in the ashtray. He's got a magazine on his lap. You see? Trying to consume through the senses as much as he can. Trying to consume as much as we can. Like a vacuum, sucking it in. Trying to suck everything up. If we could, we'd suck everything and everyone up. I think there was a movie, the Beatles movie, one of those movies, I forgot. I never saw the whole thing, but I remember one small part that I saw. There was this one creature that just went around just sucking everything up. What was that?
Yellow submarine.
Huh? Was that the yellow submarine that did that?
No, it was just a character in the movie.
It was the movie was Yellow Submarine. There was this one character, he just went around sucking everything up, didn't he? Just everything he saw, he just like a vacuum. That's what we're like. Huh? He sucked himself up. That was an impersonalist, voidist philosophy. Beatles were influenced by the Maharishi, I think, on that one. But this is it. We're trying so hard to make ourselves satisfied, and we identify with our body. So we try to suck in as much as we can, but we're never happy. We're never satisfied. In the Western world, we have so much facility. Upper middle class people, and even low class people compared to the people in third world countries. We have so much facility for sense enjoyment. You know, I mean, so much, really. But we're not satisfied. If we're satisfied, how come so many of us are always trying to drown ourselves in alcohol? Why is that? Why is it a person, he's got his big house and he's got his 2 cars and his 2-car garage and his everything he's got, I mean, you know, big refrigerator, big freezer, everything, right? He's got everything he could want. Why isn't he happy? Why are young people? So many young people were brought up in upper middle class or middle class homes, and we have refrigerators full of ice cream and goodies and this and that, and our own TV in our own room, and our own automobile, and our own wardrobe of so many clothes and this and that. We're not satisfied with it. We're experiencing so much emptiness, we've got to smoke dope all day long or shoot smack. I mean, here you have a situation. Here's just try to picture somebody, say from China or some third world country where they don't really understand this yet. And just give them a bird's eye view. We're going to take them on a trip, okay? We pluck them out from their little world there, and we take them on a little trip here. And we show them, here's a beautiful house in a beautiful neighborhood, nice lawn, 2 cars, everything's just beautiful. So nice, it looks so nice, so full. Oh, that's nice. Oh, let's go down into the house. Okay, let's look inside the house. And so we take a tour of the house. We go to the kitchen, immaculate kitchen. They've never seen a kitchen like that. They didn't even know what it is. You have to explain to them what it is. Then the refrigerator, they don't have those. Then the freezer, they can't believe it. They're just about ready to faint already. They can't even believe this yet. Then you take them to the living room. Then the 2 or 3 bathrooms. They can't even believe it. They don't even have indoor plumbing. I mean, the bathrooms are so clean, you don't even want to walk in there. You know, they're so shiny. Looks like a temple or something. What's this, you know? The John. They don't have a clue. Then we go to the master bedroom, then another bedroom, then we go to another bedroom. And there's this kid shooting heroin into his arm, totally zonked out. He wouldn't be able to understand that. You couldn't explain that to him. Because he hasn't had all the goodies yet, you see. He's still in the illusion that he would be happy if he had all that stuff. But this kid, he's got all this stuff from the time he was born. Didn't satisfy him. It should make us very seriously consider if the materialist philosophy, the philosophy in other words, that I am matter, I am material, I am this material body, if it's correct, if it's true, if it's right, then how come this kid has a heroin needle in his arm? How come the kids down the street are alcoholics? How come this other person right down here committed suicide? They're all well-to-do, they're wealthy people. How come they're committing suicide? Why are they alcoholics? It doesn't fit. It's not logical. It doesn't make sense. Does it make sense to you?
No.
How can you explain it? How can you logically explain it? If I am the body and I have all these goodies, I have all the sense enjoyment I could possibly want. I mean, I've got so much sex I can't even walk. You know, I'm eating so much food. I eat and I eat and I eat and I'm so full. I'm so full that I can't eat anymore. Yet I'm still empty inside, and I gotta go in the bathroom and stick my finger down my throat and throw it all up so I can go back and eat some more. I mean, obviously the person should have flashed, hey, this isn't satisfying me. I mean, if I eat and I eat and I eat and I'm full, and I have sex and I have sex and I have sex and I'm burned out, and I blow my head off with those little earphone, that little stereo headset there, I mean, all day long, and I'm still not fulfilled. I'm still not satisfied. And I know that even the guys up on the top aren't satisfied. I mean, even the highest guys aren't satisfied. You got the highest guys in the rock and roll world, the most famous, the most worshipped, the most hedonistic out. Rolling Stone singing, I still can't get no satisfaction. I mean, they're sitting around singing, I can't get no satisfaction, and they still try. What's that guy's name? From Chico and the Man? He had everything. He committed suicide. What's his name? Freddie Prinze. He had everything. He was brought up in a ghetto. He thought the goal of life is to become perfectly happy by material sense enjoyment. And yet it was not enough to satisfy him, so he shot himself in the head. He thought this was it. And he asked his manager, "Is this it?" And his manager said, "Yes, this is it. You have it all." Committed suicide. If a person was their body, then satisfying their body would satisfy them. If I am my body, then sense gratification will satisfy me. The very fact that sense gratification does not satisfy me is further evidence that I am not my body. I am distinct from my body. The body's a vehicle I'm using, but I'm not my body. This is the only logical conclusion. Thank you very much.
This series has been shared with us by the Science of Identity Foundation. Thank you for watching. As always, we've been given a lot to consider on our journey of self-discovery. If you have a question or comment, please share it with us on YouTube.